have a pretty big two-part question here for you, Brad. And if you don't mind, you can do it game show style because I'm sure they're pretty heavy. The two telescopes you have behind yourself, I would love to hear a little bit more about them. And then, what's the coolest thing you've seen through them?
Oh, okay. Like the coolest objectively or my favorite?
Your favorite's fine.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay. So these are just here because, as you guys are aware, we'll talk about this at the end, but the flooding that's obviously
Yes.
been crazy here. So we had to empty our astronomy center just to be safe. So we've got a couple of them here. Um, we have about 14 telescopes here. I've
Wow.
got somewhat of an addiction. Almost as many football shirts as I have. Those two are like neck and neck. And my partner, both business partner and life partner, both hate me for them, but hey, they get the job done. This is our workhorse. So this is a 9.5 Celestron Schmidt Cassegrain. So look, if you guys are ever looking at buying a telescope, firstly, I wouldn't start with that. I'll tell you guys at the end how to get into it, but this is a very good telescope. Now, what this does and what makes this kind of um, worth its weight in gold for us is it self tracks, which means at the start of the night, we tell it, this is this star, this is this star, this is this star. And because of prior mapping and coding within it, it then tracks objects for the whole night.
Okay.
So I will point it up at Saturn or I will point it up at the jewel box or anything we want to look at, and it will track that throughout the evening. Obviously, as the planet moves, that sky, shifts around the
Hmm.
sky. We've got some cool videos on our Instagram of sort of, a time lapse of kind of how our sky moves here. So this will track it throughout the night. So this is the bread and butter of what we use on our tours. This one back here is a star sense. It's a lot smaller and it's called a refractor. So what it means is it's a handheld. You point it and you move it. But what's unique about this one is, and I'll show you guys at the end, but you might see the big thing on the top,
Hmm.
Mhm.
a big black bit there. That's a cell phone holder. So what you
Okay.
basically do is it sits. It's great for kids because it sits in there, and basically you can just look at your telephone, and it will show you what you're seeing through the scope. And then of course you can take
Oh, that's
photos.
cool.
Telescopes, they come in all different shapes and sizes. We obviously have a silly amount of them, not out of need, but out of need.
Yeah.
So sick.
No, that's awesome seeing those because I think you always look at telescopes and I remember in astronomy class they always said like they're expensive and they're really cool to use. So seeing those and especially the one that tracks like whatever you say it's already programmed, that's really awesome. And I can see how it's probably helpful for those tours to really show, those people that you have there.